Okay, thanks for making the video and updating me on how you're doing over in Oregon. Um, I did hear about the Blazers winning that one game, and I saw their shot, the last second shot that they made. The three-pointer, I'm assuming. That was pretty neat. I'm still not much of a basketball fan, but yeah, that was exciting at a time, and I was hoping that they would play against the Thunders in the next round, but I did hear the Blazers lost the next game, so bummer. Maybe next time. The Thunders are the Oklahomans whose basketball team just won, and they are going to the next round with San Antonio. Anyhow, I guess I should give you a home tour, or tour of my home. Let's do this. Currently it's Friday and I have the day off to myself, so I went off to the grocery store, an Asian mart that just opened up in this small town, and I am going to boil some beef bones to make some homemade pho, real pho, for the first time. My kitchen is very dirty. I do usually try to find time to cook if I have the energy after working. I am going to start going to take an online night course pretty soon, so this here is my store of the month's food, or dry foods. Steve and I are trying to save up for our new house. This here is my living room. We just bought some plants because we were bored and had nothing else to do. Perfect. Milo, our dog, is right here. He's bored to death. I just took him for a walk with a complete stranger I met, and it's because I have no one else to hang out with, but she was a very nice person, so I didn't feel too lonely. Anyhow, I will go ahead and grab a snack, and then I'll show you what tricks I know Milo can do. He's about 4 years old, and we got him from the pound sometime, well, you already know, sometime before winter or during the winter. Right. Hey Milo, ready? Let's show now what we can do. Okay, let's see if this is a good spot. Hey Milo, come here. Okay, hey, hang on. Alright, sit down. Now high five. Good boy. Now dance. Dance with me. Dance. Yay. And lay. He knows the routine. Lay down. Lay down. Now cover your nose. Good boy. Now roll over. Roll over. Roll over. Roll over. That's not a good roll. Come on, give her a good roll. Give Knock a good roll. Roll over. Come on. Lay down. Roll over. Good boy. Yep, that's about it. We usually play tug of war every night with his Elmo doll. Yeah. Other than that, on most weeknights I would come home and watch TV. It's not really much to do. On weekends, Steve and I would go fishing and maybe go out someplace to eat. But other than that, we don't really have much to do, and it can get really boring and stressful because of that. So on occasions I try to look for some things I can do around the house, chores and whatnot. In the kitchen, have I shown you the kitchen? Anyhow, in the kitchen there are all these wooden antiques. We like to go to antique stores out here and look for some nice little old, ancient looking, well, not ancient, but anything from the 1800s to the 1950s we'd put into the kitchen. And it looks nice having wooden goods in there. Then again, I guess I'm only into antiques because I'm super bored out here. Otherwise, if I were back home, none of these things would be appealing to me. I'll show you my fishing gear. I mean, I spent like at least 100 or 200 on gear alone so far this year. Yep, and this is one of our old poles. We like to get ours used. I have a few more poles in here. This is our bedroom. I folded up my mattress. It's really dirty in here. Fishing gear, yay! On Friday, sometime I let my hedgehog loose. She was up earlier in the morning, and I tried to make this video for you, and she was up in her wheel, in her tub. Yeah. This is where I do my makeup. We don't have the proper furniture yet, so I've been relying on an old tub, and I sit on the ground and do my makeup there. I haven't been buying any new makeup products lately. I'd like to. Earlier in the year, last year, that's when I bought the Wen shampoo and conditioner products. If you haven't seen that on the TV ads, that's the closest thing I've got to a subscription, but it's too expensive for me. Milo, get out of there! Come on! Out! Go! Out! No, bad boy. Bed. He's trying to go find Daisy. If he had the chance, he would try to eat her. Actually, he came close to it once. I let her loose one time, and it was like a few weeks after I moved here, and then, a few weeks after Milo arrived, that he tried to pounce on her, and he batted her with his paws. And it traumatized Daisy for a few days. It's been frustratingly boring, and it makes me a boring person to be bored, you know? So it's literally been only me and Steven, and the only people I talk to, I hardly even talk to them in the first place, would be my coworkers. Work is pretty hectic, as you know. All I would do at work is set up trays, take down the room, and have to set up little instruments all over the place and work on the patient with my boss, because he's a dentist, and that can be very straining because my boss is working directly with me and he snaps at me sometimes. But I haven't been fired yet, so that's the good thing. How are things with me and Steven? Like I said, over and over again, we are really bored and we take out our frustrations on each other, and Steve is really intent on finding a house, and so today I have to go look and do some research on houses and neighborhoods. It seems we might possibly have to stay here for a few years, unfortunately, and I wasn't thinking we'd have to stay out here too long, but I guess we do, and guess I'll finish school out here. Maybe I'd be graduating with a dental hygiene degree in the next 3 years. Who knows? And of course I do want to come visit. I'm really afraid of buying a ticket to come fly home, though. My mom discourages it because it's a waste of money, or so she says, or for anyone to come down and visit, unless they're going out to some state to travel, because Oklahoma's boring. But my parents said they were going to be coming out here not out here, but to Texas and Missouri in August, and hopefully they stop by, but if they don't, that's fine too. I have a whole week in July off, but like I said, plane tickets are expensive, and I have to save up for schools and emergencies in case I don't save up enough to live off of when I have potentially go to school full time. And if my car breaks down, my car, it's not breaking down or anything. It just eats up a lot of oil and gas. The fender or the exhaust pipe might be loose, so my car makes a really big rattly noise every time I drive it. But it doesn't bother me, and it's not something I have to fix according to one of the car technicians. So I'm making it by out here, I guess. Let's see, what else have I been doing? I do also want to keep drawing, but I haven't found the time or the inspiration to, because I don't know. I've always drawn characters, comic characters, anime characters all my life, and when I do have to do life drawings, I don't really know what to draw or who to draw, because I guess I've put an emphasis on the meanings of my drawings too much, and I don't do it for fun anymore because it's like, what's the point? But maybe these upcoming holidays, I'll make some holiday cards by hand, and I'll draw something nice and mail it to everyone back home. Yeah, so me and Steve have been buying a lot of things because we do it out of boredom. We bought a printer so we can print out some necessary things, but I'm sure we didn't have to do that. And again, it's out of boredom. We bought printers. Me in particular, I do some grocery shoppings when I shouldn't be. I should be saving money, but I do it anyways because Steve never likes to go to those Asian marts. I like to go to Asian marts and try to make some good food. So far I've made sinigang soup. It's kind of like ganchua, but I guess it's Filipino. Basically it's like this tamarind soup base mixed with water, and you put in fish and random vegetables you like. Yeah. I've been online a lot, just reading some random things. I've also bought some books too that I enjoy, and hopefully, if you're into reading, like reading books, then yeah, you are. Yeah, I borrowed some books from you. I don't even know if I returned one to you, but T has them in stores, so if you ever need them back. Sorry, I've been keeping them for so long, I even forgot about it. What is it? The Brothers Grimm Tales? It's in T's room. So she's not gonna care if you take it back, I don't think. She's not the sort to steal or anything or keep things. Yeah. So yeah, swing on by my old house and visit my mom, and you can grab the book out of T's room. Anyway, currently I'm reading an online book. I think I shared it on Facebook. It's about this white man being captured by Indians back in the old days, and it's really interesting because it goes in depth as to how the lifestyle was for Indians or Native Americans back then. Things were not how it is these days, as you know. You probably studied Indians back in 4th grade like I did, and in 5th grade. Yeah, you should, if you have time, read that. And although the English vocabulary in that book is quite difficult to understand, and that you'd probably have to Google up a few things too. Also, I did go to a Barnes & Noble store and I did find a book that I liked. It's an autobiography by, let's see, actually I might have the book right here with me, I'll show you. Paper books are so expensive. I normally don't buy books because when I'm done reading them, I'm done reading them. Here it is. I finished it already. It's called The Unwanted, and it's about a little boy who grew up in Vietnam, and he's Lai Ngo Chang, and it's during the post-war period after the Vietnam War, and he goes through all these struggles. Milo, get out of there! Go! Bed! And let's see. Oh, he goes through some really gruesome, horrifying things, and he'd seen a lot of things too, and it's a very good book. I mean, it's very depressing because a lot of people die in it, and people suffer, and he suffers, his family suffers, everyone suffers, but, you know, it gives you a good perspective on how things were back then for, everyone who were not Viet Cong or Viet Cong supporters. Although some Viet Cong supporters in here also suffer in some ways. Anyway, I'm going off topic. It is a good book and I've finished reading it. I'm hoping that if my family swings on by, then I can have them take this book back home to Portland, and if you want to read it, you can. And I'm also hoping my sister also reads it because we are both Vietnamese Americans, and I'm sure we are all interested in what was like back then. Yeah. I really don't know what else to say. That's pretty much all I've been up to. Although I have been on our YouTube account, and I've been watching some random videos, and if you see a lot of cartoons on there, I have been watching them. They're actually from a game that I played on PlayStation 2 back home, and it's called The Little Big Planet, and it's a good game to have. It's where you can create your own game, and all you do is you have your own little character, you can dress it up and all that. Sure, great. But the great part is you can actually have your own space, an empty space, and you would have all these tools, all these gadgets and random items and things to make your own game out of. Like, you can build your own roads, your own flowers, your own cars, your own anything you can imagine you can build in that game. It's called The Little Big Planet. It's for kids, but I think that adults are the ones who end up being the most creative and most successful in terms of creating games. And you can spend hours and days and months on it. It's really addictive. But anyway, I was watching those videos because people can make some pretty awesome things. They made movies out of the game, and never mind, I'll stop there. But yeah, hopefully when I have kids one day, hopefully if I do, then I can end up buying the PlayStation and that game for myself. Then I'd have a good excuse to play. I was supposed to play Flife, and I still am expected to play Flife because my cousin Mimi is still playing it, and so is my sister. I told them to stop and delay playing so that I can catch up with them, but I haven't really taken any time to do it. I just can't bring myself to enjoy it. I really don't know how Mimi, my cousin, who's always going out to random parties and hanging out with random people and studying for school, how she has time to order the I don't know. There's something about the game I can't put up with anymore. It's so too repetitive and it's too simple. I still kind of wonder how she puts up with it and made it all the way to level 55. Mimi of all people. But yeah, I guess tonight that's what I'm gonna do. Try to catch up on Flife and cook and do some researches on Holmes. Sorry for all the repetition. But yeah, hopefully all things are going well for you over at home. And I look forward to your next video.